Hey guys, new video here. I just spent a 10-hour stream doing nothing but these blueprints right here. This is like the meta one that everyone's running, 17 currency rooms in the underbelly, which is very good for the end reward for the Thieves Trinket or currency. It is pretty interesting what you can do now with these fossils, because as of yesterday they put in a patch and they also hotfixed the rogues to be better. They also made it the +1 jobs on gear to work. So all these things combined made me want to test out Fractured, which are mirrored maps, and I ran 23 of these. If you want to see the numbers right here on the screen this way to the right of my camera right here, that is from today's farm. 10,000 something C in total value. My thresholds on Exalts Next are, it is not counting anything in these tabs that are under 3C individually. So let me just type in currency just to show you here, right? These are currencies pure. Right here, these are currencies pure. And then here's even more currency pure, all from the blueprints. So you kind of get the idea. It's not tracking anything under 3C, and it's not tracking a stack of any commodity or any pure currency that is less than 4C. Okay, so very conservative numbers for this test. And going forward with this video, I'm going to try to be very like conservative and also like new player friendly ish kind of. I know it sounds weird because like these cost so much to run and it's like so intense, right? But I want to be really like real with, because a lot of people are beast splitting these, right? People like I'm telling people not to do these, but like they keep wanting to beast split them. So if you don't care about any of the other like minutia in here, and you only want to know the TLDR on how much did you make, okay, well here it is. So in pure exalts dropped, whether it's exalted shards or pure exalt drops, given this is running with a 4% regal to exalt trinket, I dropped 75 exalts and 2 shards. Okay, once again, shards are combined automatically, and then they go here. These are all drops. The VOD, you can go and watch my last VOD if you want to see like the frequency of these and stuff. So yeah, 75 pure exalts. Wow, that's a crazy day, right? That's a really crazy day, because usually if you're like, hey, I farmed for 10 hours, like how much did you make or how many exalts did you drop? In a normal league, I'd be like, well, I dropped a few. It was cool. Maybe with like 2 or 3. My best day ever before this, I think it was like 19 exalts. I think it was Delirium actually. And I dropped 19 pure exalts by juicing up, I think it was 100% deli maps all day long. Okay, so that's a comparison for pure exalties. Really fun to drop, but there's a little more that goes into it. So, and we'll get into that. So that was from just clicking on chests. Not a single one of these exalts dropped from a monster, by the way. These are all from chests. Most of them, obviously, like probably 90% of them from the big chest, and some of them from the safes at the end of the blueprint, or from small chests that are the guaranteed currency chests. So that's that right there. Now, what about these 10 exalts? Where are these from? Well, these 10 exalts were from trinkets. So actually, there's another like 250C from the trinkets, but I found 2 trinkets in over 100 wings, so 23 times 4 wings each. Actually, okay, my math is really bad. Sorry about that. It's 4 wings each one that all have the same trinket or currency reward, and so 4 times 23 is 92. So 92 wings. I got 2 trinkets that were the regal to exalt trinket, is the expensive one, right? They were unfortunately both 2%, right? So it's like dropping like a 7 node voices, if you remember Delirium League. And those 2% ones sold for, one of them sold for 499C right away, and the other one sold right away too for 470C. So combine that, you know, and the reason that these are exalts is because some of them paid like it was like half and half kind of, right? Like they pay like exalt and C, right? So they didn't have all C or all exalts. So that's why it's only 10 exalts here and like about 200 something C elsewhere in the tabs. So that was pretty cool. And you might be wondering, like, should I include that in my data? Should I rely on getting these? Should I not? Well, I'll have you know that before the rogue buff and before I had as good of rogue gear, and like, you know, I was testing out the B split ones. I did how many did I do? I did like 20 something of those too. And in close to 100 wings, I got 2 trinkets as well. The last time I ran this, so I have a data set of like, you know, like 40, like in the high 40s, a number of these blueprints run. I have dropped 4 trinkets overall. The other 2 from the last test were a 3%, all right, which is like 20 something results, and then it was another 2%. So I would say with that data, is it reliable? I'd say so. It feels like it's pretty good. There's like other like little trinkets that might sell for like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 C, right? For example, like double C conversion, like converting 2 different currencies into Chow's orbs. That also sells, but of course not as much as the Regal to Exalt, which is the big boy. So yeah, so that's where this Exalts comes from. As for coins, now these things, when you put them in, I think it costs like a couple thousand to run. So this is 45,000 net of the 46,000 that I spent about to run this. And then how do you get these rogue markers? Because rogue markers don't drop in blueprints. Well, Talina has a perk where she can drop rogue markers for you out of any reward chest. Right? Look at that. So you just get these like little 2x2 golden idols, and she can get you a bunch of those, so you actually don't need any coins really to sustain this output of like running bunches of these fractured or beast split maps. Okay, so in other things, how many C did I drop? Well, if I take out the trades of the 2 trinket trades I made, right, the 250 C, I have just over 1,000 C, which is 16.6 exalts pure. Right now, this is important because let's say you are someone who doesn't like trading, and for what you want to be really strict, and you're like, okay, my currency, I'm not going to do any trade. I hate trading. I just want to know how much you made in pure currency. Well, if I only take the exalts and C and nothing else, I'm just going to go through, like, look at one of these tabs, right? It's mostly commodities because it's like currency rooms. If I only do C conversion into exalts and pure exalts as like that's all I made, nothing else, then that's still pretty good, right? Because we're looking at 85 exalts plus 16C. That's like 101 exalts. Each one of these fossils costs 2.5. If you combine the Resander, the corroded, and dense fossil, I'll show you why I do this in a second. You're looking at 2.6 exalts per map, given that you have the initial one, right? So if that is 2.6 exalts per map, let me just do the math here. 2.6 times 23 run, I need to make back 59.8. I'll just round that up. I need to make 60 exalts pure to make that back. Did I make it back? And indeed I did. Given I have 4% trinket, and I ran these, I didn't die, I didn't fail any of these. So if I made, like, let's say 100 exalts, right, minus the 80, or sorry, what was again, how much did I need to make? Let's just say 100 exalts minus the 59, or minus the 60, right? That's 40. So I got 40 pure exalts gain. I streamed for 10 hours today. So let's say that I was, and I'm pretty inefficient on stream, right? We're talking, we're like discussing things. Sometimes we take breaks to, like, watch video or like do something else. But let's just say in 10 hours, you have like 40 divided by 10, right? Using a calculator on my phone, by the way. So it's like 4 exalts an hour from only C and exalts. 4 exalts an hour is actually like pretty damn good, right? That's pretty darn good, because you have to think about, if you get even more efficient, if I wasn't streaming, I was just like blasting these, let's say I can run like 3 of these per hour, right? So 3 of these per hour, so I ran 23 divided by 3, that's only like 7.6 hours, right? So at 7.6 hours, the returns become even higher. So if you can run these effectively, and you will, because all the blueprints are exactly the same, the layouts, the chest locations, the small chest currency ones, since they're all the same, then you get very, very good at this, okay? So it'll become second nature. Kind of like if you ever ran Uber Lab on any character, like a dedicated lab runner, you'll know how easy it is. You might have to look at poelab.com, for the layout, like in the first 5 runs, 10 runs maybe, if you're a little bit slower, but you're going to memorize it. You're going to blow through it. You don't need to look at any resources anymore, and all that stuff, like unexpected disconnections. Oh, I can't log back on. Oh, I got banned. Okay, hopefully we can log back on. Maybe something's going on the internet. So going forward, let's take a look at the other things. I can't show you right now, but if you look at the excellence next thing right here, the 10,000, that includes the exalts and the operation time. Oh no, is the server dead? So that includes the exalts and like the C and everything. And so if you divide the 10,000, right? So 10,000 divided by 60, which is the exalt value, right? Or maybe like, is it 62? Let's just do like 10,000 divided by like 62 or something, right? That is, hold on. Okay, that is 161.3 exalts. Now, let's subtract our initial cost of like 60 exalts, okay? So we have 101 exalts divided, right? If you're gonna do like this in 7 point something hours, then it's pretty damn good. But let's just say it takes you 10 hours to do this, right? Because you're super slow. That is 10.1 exalts an hour, which is phenomenal. I think Canada's dead. I can't show you the other tabs because Canada's dead. Okay, so 10 point something exalts per hour is just, it's just ridiculously good. It's so good, actually. But let's factor in other things, right? So And that would be the setup cost, because this isn't for everyone. And I'm still kind of confident that like an ouch and go strategy with coins and stuff would be better, because in my last results when I was doing B split at like a 3 point something exalt cost per, my ouch and go blueprints were actually better returns for the cost. Okay, so because there's no like additional like massive exalt cost. Let me change servers here so I can log back in. Let's go to California. There we go. So what was I talking about? Okay, so the returns of 10 exalts per hour, if you can do that, are for anyone, that's really good, right? I don't have numbers to compare. Another person has logged into this account. Wait, what? Wait, what? Am I still logged onto the other thing? Oh no! Hello! Get off my account! Yeah, so someone's logging into my account. What the hell? Okay, yo, are my exalties gone? What the heck? What is happening here? Okay, so let's go back to the Rogue Harbor. Where's the heist locker? Yo, that was scary. I think it was like, it still counted me logged in online as the what was server, like Canada server? Okay, Jesus Christ, dude. Yo, where's my stash at? Hey, do you guys like my hideout? This is called Cerebro on hideoutshowcase.com. Okay, yeah, still here. So yikes. So if you're gonna run these, right, why is there more to think about? Well, there's more to think about because of the setup cost. So you need a at least 2% trinket to do that. And that's like, that's like almost 10 exalts, right? 8-9 exalts. If you want to go up from there, it becomes like 20 something exalts, 80 exalts for the 4% one. So there's a setup, and then you got to gear out your rogues. So buying the rogue gear or crafting the rogue gear is time and a little bit of money. Even though I think it's pretty easy, and I have other videos. If you watch my other videos, it will show you like how you do that, or like how easy it is, how hard it is, and things you should be doing with the rogue gear. There's that investment. Some people don't want to gear out 8 different rogues, right? With like the really good gear, it's like super annoying for some people to be like, okay, this guy needs this, but maybe I need to swap this here and I reroll this one. Oh, they updated the game. Now I gotta re-roll the rogue gear, because for a lot of us, we had to re-roll the rogue gear because of an update, right? That it was a buff, it was great, but we had to re-roll, and I can see that kind of turning some people off. Okay, so there's that investment, and then there's also the character investment. So if your character can't do it, because most of the gear doesn't come from the monsters, so if you can't kill the monsters, who cares if you have ZDPS, right? Not a big deal. If you're not that fast, doesn't matter either, because you're waiting for doors sometimes, and you gotta click on the chest, you gotta pick up the loot. That takes time. The thing is, having to backtrack out of the blueprint to lock in an exalt, or on the way out, let's say you get a really good trinket and you got to run out against like the rare mobs and like the doors are open and stuff, and you die, man, that feels so bad, and that alone would make it like feel like not worth running. Okay, so you also have to have a character that cannot die in there. Okay, you do not want to die or have to backtrack to save gear, save like exalts or whatever under any circumstance, because it makes the play style a little bit more smooth and makes you slower. It's like kind of weird. So that's another investment. So all these things, and then also if you want B split to like reroll the contracts or the blueprints afterwards, that takes time and trading. Fractured fossils pretty quick. I'll show you right here what you do for them. But still, like fractured fossils, you can't like reroll it. So if you get a bad roll that you can't run because you didn't use any other fossils, So there's all these little things to think about. And I would say if you're the average player who doesn't really get like how to like juice maps even, or like juice up these blueprints to like this level where you're just copying one, I would say ouch and go blueprints, ouch and go contracts, ouch and go contracts first, and then blueprints when you have the coins for it, is totally fine, and it's gonna make you a ton of money. I still think it's better than this, so you should do that, and you shouldn't be B splitting. Don't go to a stream and watch some guy drop like 2 or 3 exalts in one wing and think that that's what's gonna happen, and that's all there is to it in like this little vacuum where like, oh, this wing made 2 exalts, so it must be so good because there's 3 more wings left, and it's like all kinds of no. You have to think about the whole picture, and overall for the unless you've been playing this game a long time and you can spend many hours per day playing this kind of strategy is not gonna be that good for you, okay? Because there's too many things like working against you. Now, with that said, tomorrow I'll be doing it again, just because I was able to get my fossils like pretty cheap a week ago when they were like 1.3 to 1.5 or whatever. So it's like the difference between the actual costs, right? Because today the numbers I'm using are the current cost of the fossils. So that's like a little bit weird. So but if you want to do this, here's what you would do, right? You would buy the fractured fossil, and I'm going to explain how a fractured fossil works so you don't scuff it, because like if you don't know how this works, you can even like brick your items. You might like think that it's an actual mirror when it's not, because it creates a mirrored copy. Okay, so how this works is this is like an Alchemy basically, this Rosonder, and this is a white map, right? So that's why I need this one, or I need this to be white. It will roll the map first and then copy it. So what that means is it will ouch this map and then copy whatever that result is. If I were to do it again by scouring, or if I had a yellow Rosonder to copy a rare one, it would re-roll it with like a C, right? And then copy it. So although it is mirrored technically from the reroll, it does reroll the thing. Okay, so let me show you this. Here's how you make a copy of this, and you never run your original one, right? Your original does not say mirrored. So you're gonna put in your fractured. Now, why do I use dense? Because dense makes so that I cannot roll, cannot regen. This character can do no regen, but it's annoying to put on a mana flask. So I do this so I don't get cannot regen. Why do I use a corroded fossil? A corroded fossil, see, no elemental modifiers. This makes it so it's impossible to run reflect elemental damage, right? Like players take like 18% reflected LA damage. If I put this in, it's impossible to roll. With this, make sure that this is white, and then boom, right click on the Rosonder, left click on this, and now look, this is mirrored. You see this? This one, say, as you can see, it does not have any it doesn't have any reflect, and it doesn't have cannot regen. Besides those, I can run anything. If you're an aura stacker and you care about minus max because you are doing 100 deli, you don't have to worry about that. You can get hit by a minus max 12 or whatever. You can get hit by a minus 5% like res per alert level, right? So you're getting hit by minus 12 plus minus 20, minus 32 res. Well, minus 12 everything, minus 32 fire res. Just like don't turn on your righteous fire or something, okay? But besides that, the mobs can't kill you. It's actually impossible to die in here on this blueprint. Trust me. The one way I've almost died on another blueprint, a tunnels, is that it was a trap disarmament. I ran halfway through a tunnel of mines with all the stolen buffs, right? So I was running really fast and hitting every mine in sequence, and it took me down to like a third. Okay, you don't have to worry about minus max rest. Trust me. So that's all I'll say about this. And so once again, this one's mirrored, this one's not. Do not run your non-mirrored version. Do not run this one, okay? Run the mirrored version. Because the reason for that, if you don't know, if I run this one, I can't copy it anymore because I can't fracture a mirrored version. I can only fracture the original, okay? I'm going to do it again just so you can see that they are different. So what happened is it ouched the map and then duplicated it, right? If you do it again, right here, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take the corroded, and I'm going to take this, and then watch this. So this is really, really important because you might think that you pre-rolled the original copy when you don't. It doesn't matter. So then I'm going to scour, okay, and then now look, it has to be white just because this is alchemical Rosonder. Once again, if you have the yellow Rosonder, then it has to just be rare. So you just do it. It's a little bit easier, okay? So watch this. Boom. So I have another mirrored copy, and look. You see that? They're different, okay? It doesn't always make the same thing. It re-rolls the original, and then it makes a copy. Just keep that in mind for fractured files. Don't get scammed, okay? Do not get scammed out of this stuff. But so yeah, so those are my two fractured ones. I put them in here. Another little thing to note is that like the assignments and stuff will stay. So if you ever like can't do it, if it's confirmed, that little red dot, it means it's stamped, you confirm the guys. You can't like be split that one, by the way. You have to like go ahead and shuffle the guys a little bit so it's unconfirmed. Just a little thing. In this one right now, if you're buying one from someone that has a +1 Vindiri, meaning a +1 to all jobs in Vindiri's middle slot, I can just go and show you this real quick so that no one's confused, okay? Let me pop this, go to my Rogue Harbor. Then it might say like insufficient team or something like that, and you can just like switch them out, or you can go buy or craft a Vindiri one. So if you look right here, do you see how Vindiri has this thing, right? The only thing that matters on here is +1 to all level of jobs. That makes his trap disarmament and his demolition rank 6, and it makes his engineering rank 3. And what that means is that when you go in here, right, and you're running this one, you see like when you mirror it, at all the assignments, I didn't have to assign. All I had to do is confirm, right? These will all stay. But now we have, after the patch, we have 3 Vindiris now too. I think it's right here, because look, you have this right here, which means that if you click on them, you can see this like +2, right? Engineering level 3, but sorry, it's level 2 plus 1 from that item I just showed you. And so now you're able to select Vendiri instead of Isla. And why is that so important? Because Vendiri can dupe chests, right? 20% of chests. If you look right here, look at this. There's 4 chests, right? If you have a plus 1, also he has 23% chance to dupe. So it's like 1 out of 4 of these on average, okay? And remember, there's like 2 chests behind each room. So out of 8 chests, 2 of them will be duped. What if it's an Exalt? Wow, it's crazy, right? So very, very good. Even if you don't get Exalt from it, it's very, very juicy to dupe these rooms. Okay, so that is why if you don't have that plus 1, this one, it might show it's like invalid, right? And then so what you'll do is you can either switch to Isla if you don't care. Oh shit, the sound was feeding through my microphone. Okay, so you can either do this if you want, or you can just go craft that item and then put Vendiri on. That's the only swap from the old version, okay? It won't make it too big a deal, but just something to keep in mind if you're confused at what's happening with your blueprint. And then yeah, so then you run the fractured ones. Overall, if we take a total of everything, right? Like the 10,000, right? Like you take the 10,000 C that you see here in terms of value, and then so you know that if you only count C and Exalts, and then you count everything, your Exalts per hour must be somewhere between like 4 and 10, right? If you're very efficient, like 10. If you're not very efficient and you don't count any of your other currency, which is obviously a mistake, then you only have 4. But making 4 on like not counting anything is crazy. So you can make money like this. You'll never lose money, just like mapping, just like all the other juicing content in the game. If you enjoy something, you should do it. So you should try it, right? Maybe try it once, see if your rogue gear is up to snuff, see if your own character is good enough not to get killed in there. And if you really, really enjoy it, I would say you're totally fine doing it. Is it worth? Yes. Even if you have a 2% trade, is it worth? Everyone wants to know, is it worth? Yes, it's worth. Everything's worth. But in my opinion, in my humble opinion, because most players can't weather the bad RNG, if you go like 1 or 2 without the Exalts, and then like if you need that to buy the next fossil, I wouldn't. I'll just do ouch and go contracts, ouch and go blueprints, right? Run your Giannis for reveals and get all that stuff, and you're gonna be making hella money anyways. Okay, you don't need. Oh, another note. If you use TFT, the Forbidden Trove Discord, to sell servers and stuff, if you have enough vouches on there so people trust you, you can sell the split on this one currently, and then if a better one comes along, you can sell the split on that one for about 30C to 1 Exalt fee. Okay, you can look on TFT to get the current prices, but people trust you. They will pay you. They'll give you their Fenimal Plague Rationed. They will give you 30C to Exalt, depending on what your fee is, to give them a fresh copy that they can then duplicate forever. Because once you duplicate those with a beast split, you can fracture fossil it forever or beast split it forever. Another thing to keep in mind is that that method today, like obviously I'm streaming, so I have huge advantages in every single way, so it's very unethical, but I was charging 1 Exalt for the split after people watched what I was doing with these, and we made over 50 Exalts just from beast splitting. And if you take the time it took, if you were doing this, the videos took like half an hour, right? In terms of total time, it took maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. So like absolutely insane money per hour. If you don't even want to run this, you just want to split it, it's easier if you actually like split it yourself or dupe it yourself, and then like give people a copy instead of having to go to the menagerie and do the beast fight yourself every single time. But that's something for another video. That would be very good for you as well. So that's the video. That's the stats. It was a lot of money, but tomorrow we'll be doing some more on stream, and hopefully you guys hopefully you guys maybe you try it out, maybe you don't. I wouldn't worry too much about people doing this, even if you can't or won't or don't, you don't want to. Don't worry too much about it. It's really not that big a deal. Okay, that's the video. If you have any questions, you can ask me on my stream at twitch.tv/qdog_. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye guys, bye.